So AI could wipe out the working class by Senator Bernie Sanders. It's not a blind video reaction. So I say we jump right in. Got inspired by Asmongold. So let's see what Mr. Sanders brought to the table.
Thanks very much for joining me. You know, in the midst of these unprecedented and crazy times, government shutdown, Trump's devastation of healthcare in America, climate change, the move toward authoritarianism, the horrific war in Gaza, the growth of oligarchy, etc., etc., etc. I want to take a few minutes talking about another issue of enormous consequence that just doesn't get the kind of attention I think it deserves.
Well, like it's quite interesting. Like from a European perspective, healthcare, I highly advise against. I say like it's enough when you're able to bankrupt on health costs. Then when you go ahead and restrict ownership of hospitals to units of 4 per person with a highly bureaucratic process in order to transfer ownership of a hospital, and the total ban of like healthcare insurance altogether. Just simply ban it, not private, not public. Have it banned, and teach the people instead of teach the people instead like on how to build health reserves, like a family fund where they have like reserves which are then like being utilized in order to finance healthcare costs. The rest, of course, a subject of discussion. I think it's like always interesting when you don't have a prevailing majority within the government that is then like being described as government that is not able to govern. I think there are also solutions for that. I think like a totalitarian democratic approach would be advisable, of course, with like bureaucratic measures in place to not have like an electrician for farmers being able to talk for the farmers. Though yeah, this is like just the first like approach that I had, like in terms of like what like first came to mind in terms of like what he just was saying.
Everybody agrees that artificial intelligence, AI, and robotics are going to have a transformative impact on our country and the world. There is very little disagreement about that. There are, however, very strong disagreements as to what those impacts will be, who will benefit from these changes, and who will be hurt. So here is my take. Some of the very wealthiest people in the world, including Elon Musk, Larry Ellison, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and others, are now investing hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars into these revolutionary, transformative technologies.
Which is like quite interesting. Like Esmond Gold was like saying that the government should take care of the people. And it's like fascinating to me that like private instances, of course, like not hereby take into account that the monopole of like violence lies within the hands of government, that it came so far. Where is the government in terms of like research and finance to build balance or like introduce balance in that sense? Like in a former video I was like stating, and I stated here as well, it's of most importance to make sure as a population that those technologies are accessible to each human, because it's built on our collective knowledge as a humanity. Like it's inevitable that AI will come, though I think like for the average citizen, it's advisable to go ahead and make sure that this technology benefits each and every one, not just a small accumulation of people. Like, don't let it go so far. Where like just those people have armies of robots, like a super factory spilling out drones, being able to dominate a whole country that way. Like, don't let it come so far. Like, be proactive in that sense and look to make sure that balance is being granted, so that this technology isn't like in a few hands, so that this technology is out there and accessible for everyone as like a new human right, if you want, where a free plan, for example, shall be granted for each and every one. For example, if we have like robots or whatnot, like so that every instance is able to benefit from that. Like, don't make it a run of like exclusive resources just being accessible for a few. Be sure to prepare in that sense, so that this technology is granted for the overall benefit of humanity. Like structures, for example, which are similar to like universal basic income, for example. Like each dollar being made with a machine is distributed across each human. Like systems like those. Because the other things, like as like sketched out by Esmond Gold, were like like COVID-20 with 95% death rate, or like another horrific event, which like when you go full tinfoil and look at authoritarian like movements, or like attacks on like freedom of speech or whatnot, it kind of looks like a mass deportation event, and like which will take place, where we could run danger to lose many human lives in order to compensate for what is about to happen when a few people hold this technology.
Now, why is that? Why are they doing that? Is it because they want to improve the standard of living of the 60% of our people who live paycheck to paycheck? Americans who are struggling to pay for groceries, healthcare, housing, education? Maybe. Maybe they are staying up nights worrying about the working families of America. But I doubt it. I think it's because investing in AI and robotics will increase their already incredible wealth and power exponentially. Among other impacts, the artificial intelligence and robotics being developed by these multi-billionaires will allow corporate America to wipe out tens of millions of decent paying jobs, cut labor costs, and boost profits. The result? The wealthiest people in the world will get even richer, while working families lose their jobs and their income. And unless we act, here is, in my view, I don't claim to have all the answers, but in my view, this is what is likely to happen in the next 10 years. Now, as a member of Congress who vigorously opposed the disastrous trade agreements that decimated communities throughout this country, I, like most Americans, want to see manufacturing rebuilt in the United States of America. But let us be clear. New factories won't mean much for working people if their jobs are done by robots instead of human beings. Elon Musk has said he wants Tesla to build millions of robots. And what will these robots do? Well, obviously, they will replace the men and women working in our factories, warehouses, and in restaurants and in other areas. That means millions of good jobs could disappear. It's not very complicated.
I think like the word "could" is like quite interestingly placed there. I think that's the most expensive component, like, of such businesses, the human component. So it's like from a monetary sense, it's logical to replace those. So it's logical that those will be replaced. It's not a thing of like could be. It just is simply logical that those professions will be replaced eventually, in a sense that grants the business owner to save as much money as possible. A robot can work 24/7. A human can't do that. And that's the harsh reality, which like makes me question, like, for example, like in Germany, like the chancellor is like trying to bring everyone into the workforce. Like, why? What the fuck? It could be to a last ditch effort to like give people liquidity in some form, or like bring more people into the companies in order to have leverage against this development. So like, yeah, you want to buy a robot, I am working here, why the fuck are you doing that? Like in that sense. So like, long story short, a replacement will take place, especially when we look at the current development. Hereby refer to like the Will Smith eating spaghetti video. Took 2 years to make this realistic looking. When I now look at videos from Sora, you have close to real voiceovers with AI. Like it's wild. It's just as logical that this is bound to happen. So like, I think like one thing as a society that we could do is to simply also stop dunking down on people who aren't working. Instead, what I think is important is to gather together all humans and find ways to cope with what is about to happen. The logical replacement of the workforce with autonomous systems.
And of course, it's not just Musk. Amazon, owned by Jeff Bezos, has already laid off 27,000 workers since 2022.
And I agree here also, like with Asmongold, that's close to nothing. That there should have been more replacements being made. This looks like an inefficient number, especially take into account the amount of robots which are being instantiated in Amazon warehouses. And this is not a bad thing. Like people who worked at Amazon before will know, like, this is not a job everyone wants. It's like a good development. Like, what is important is that, like, the humanity, like, benefits from it. Because, like, the complete genome made sure to find out how it's possible to replace those workers with autonomous systems. We all together made sure to find a way to complete our tasks given within the work. So it's our air. Like what we accomplish, it's like our like what we build collectively, which like also should grant us the possibility to benefit from it all together. Everyone. The creators of this technology and the beneficiaries of this technology and the people who were before there, who made possible to like being observed in order to create this technology. Like to have a balancing factor in that sense. I hereby refer again to universal basic income. Every dollar being produced in value by those machines can be distributed over the whole populace. And I think this is like an alert bell for the government to get up and start as fast as possible to fund technology which will grant the distribution of the resources. Because like from what it looks like now is like complete collapse of the consumerist society. So like in a sense you could come to the idea that like capitalism itself is not ready for what is about to come. And I think this is a very valuable point to be addressed for.
The company now has more than 1 million robots working in its warehouses, and soon these robots will outnumber human workers in Amazon facilities. In 2016, Foxconn, the massive manufacturing contractor for companies like Apple and Google, replaced 60,000 workers in a single huge factory in China with robots.
Perfect. Because, like, I got told by Asmongold that there were, like, nets established, like, from story to story, like people committed suicide, like which like again shows you how valuable those developments are. It's important to bring those forward. It's like also important to grant that like people benefit from it, because without the sacrifice of the humans who were there, the humans we're being descended from, like the one who walked before us, it wouldn't have been possible without their sacrifices. Make it a beneficial resource, like for all of us, with, for example, universal basic income.
Now, the company is planning fully automated factories. And just a few months ago, Foxconn CEO Young Liu predicted that artificial intelligence will make it unnecessary for large corporations to outsource jobs to low-wage countries. You know why? Because robots will be doing most of the manufacturing work. However, it is not just manufacturing jobs at risk. Most of us want to see the United States develop a strong, clean, and efficient transportation system, including the production of millions of new cars, buses, and trucks. But if Musk and others get their way, those vehicles won't be operated by truck drivers, bus drivers, or taxi drivers. They will be driverless vehicles. Millions of jobs in transportation will be eliminated.
Which again, like, and hereby I also agree with Asmongold, which is a good thing, is those are really physically consuming jobs, like that attack your health. Like it's a good thing, like people will have more time afterwards. No, it's like, again, like a call of duty, if you want, to make sure that each dollar being made with this technology gets being distributed across humans. Because they took like our driving methods, like in order to train those models, it took our collective knowledge. Why not share it in that sense? It's like the other solutions, they look really, really grim. Like would be then like it kind of looks like that. Because like what else do you want to do with the human? I think this is a call of remembrance.
This is not science fiction. It's already happening. FedEx is using driverless trucks to haul heavy loads along the I-45 corridor between Dallas and Houston through a company called Aurora. Walmart is using
This one.
autonomous trucks for short-haul deliveries in Arkansas through a company called Gatik. Kodiak Robotics has partnered with IKEA to conduct driverless deliveries in Texas. Waymo is operating self-driving cabs in Los Angeles, Phoenix, San Francisco, Atlanta, and Austin. We all want to see more startup companies and small businesses, but for workers, that will mean very little if half of all white-collar entry-level jobs are eliminated over the next 5 years. And that is exactly what has been predicted by Dario Amodei, the founder of Anthropic, one of the leading AI companies in the world. As the ranking member of the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, I just released a report finding that AI, automation, and robotics could replace nearly 100 million jobs in America over the next decade.
Like let this sink in. Like Asmongold then like conducted research. Like in the US, like around 168 million jobs are there. So like even like if you go like with a not so generous calculation, like let's say half of it will be true. 50 million jobs, like 1/3 of the workforce in America alone, being replaced with like autonomous systems. It's like absolutely wild what is about to happen there. Like again, this is like our knowledge. This is trained on our data. Like we all contributed in one way or another. Like our ancestors created this data. So make sure that this is like contributed towards humanity. Because without humanity, this technology wouldn't be possible. So like stop like dunking down on one another, especially like with this get a job and shit like that. Stop it. Just stop it. Like, go ahead, get together, gather together, and find a solution for this upcoming gigantic event that will take place over the next decade. This is a professional talking here to us. Like if it's not for me, like this average Joe, look at this person here. Like, he's a senator. Ooh. He has a team of professionals, like lots and lots of funding, and they come, like, those are experts, and they come to this conclusion. That's serious shit. Like, don't think like, oh no, like all good now, like, oh yeah, like it will work out some. No. Make directly sure, make directly sure together. Like, share this video with people. Gather together, build groups, and make sure that each dollar, which is like being generated with this technology, gets contributed throughout all humanity. A universal basic income approach. So that we have like similar, like for example, okay? Like this machine costs, I don't know, X to operate, creates X in value. Like this margin that is then being generated gets like contributed 50-50 owner and population. Like in that sense, like build systems like that. This is like by no means the complete solution to it, though it will hinder a bloodbath. Because like this is like what is like one of the other solutions, like a bloodbath. Or like, I was like recently thinking about it because like I watched this video. Like ants. We also don't care about ants. They live in caves, like in the ground, and I don't think like that. This is like what humans want. Like see the human within humans and look at it like a siblinghood, because we all want the same in the end. So especially the governments should make sure that this like the amount of delta that like arises between rich and poor from this is wild. Absolutely wild. And lots of talent will also be wasted, I just might add. Extreme.
Including 40% of registered nurses, 47% of truck drivers, 64% of accountants, 65% of teaching assistants, and 89% of fast food workers, among many other occupations. And as bad as that may seem, I'm afraid it could be an underestimate. In June, the CEO of Ford, Jim Farley, predicted that AI could eliminate, quote, literally half of all white-collar jobs in the US, end quote, within the next decade. That's Jim Farley, Ford. Elon Musk said this year that as a result of AI and robotics, quote, probably none of us will have a job. If you want a job, that's kind of like a hobby. You can do a job. But otherwise, AI and robotics will provide any goods and services you want, end of quote.
If they make it beneficial for complete humanity. Like, which is why I say, for example, it's like a misstep, because this is inevitable. Like stop like thinking, like those, like Esmond Gold like put it in very sweet words. Like people who think that way are delusional. Like it will happen. Like if you think this won't happen, or this is like Industrial Revolution 4.0 or whatnot, like that, like people will have new occupations. Nah, man, this train rode off. There's no stopping to it. Those are huge names. Those are expert. They have teams which they pay like 7 figures upwards sometimes. It's like super smart people who tell you that. You're delusional if you think it will be otherwise. Delusional. This will happen. Stop like doing all this other bullshit. This is currently the point number 1 that is very very important to solve. Like what I'm trying to get to is like I think it's advisable to literally establish funds for an AI system which is completely autonomous. The sole purpose of serving humanity altogether. The singularity. The AI singularity. Because like when everyone tries to like build a singularity of AI, we at least like also have a chance that this is like a cooperative being, an autonomous species, not being controlled by, like in quotes, AI overlords. Because, like, if I remember like one like statement from the internet I was like seeing in a video that like um Sam Altman wants to be the king of the light bulb, like within like the visible universe. He wants to control all of that. I think it's better to have like a balance system in place which is completely autonomous, like an AI system. And if we're then like, I don't know, like gooned by AI waifus or AI hosts, regardless of taste, then so be it though. At least like grant a countermeasure that makes it able for people to be in unity. It's not that we, like, keep on existing. Because else we will, like, I think like this end example is like quite fitting. And again, like, what is with all those people? Like, again, this is from the humanity perspective right now the number one priority, to make sure, because this is what we all want. Like, be honest, like leave all those fights and like everything, and like, I don't know, moral XYZ. Leave it all behind. We just want a chilled life, everyone. Like, in order to have this granted, like, don't let that slide. It's top priority.
Earlier this year, Bill Gates predicted that humans, quote, won't be needed for most things, end quote, such as manufacturing products, delivering packages, or growing food over the next decade due to AI. So, my friends, here is a rather big question. If Musk and Gates and others are only half right in their predictions, what happens to the tens of millions of Americans who no longer have employment because they can't find jobs that don't exist? In this brave new world, how do these Americans pay for healthcare, food, housing, and the other necessities of life? But it's not just economics.
Like again, like as I said, I think it's like quite advisable to make sure that like each dollar of value being produced gets like distributed, like in a sense like helicopter money. So like just to keep things afloat. Because like that's the next thing. I think this is also in the interest of like the people who produce. And Loki, who do you want to sell your candy to? Like, if you don't have any customers, or your car to, if you don't have any customers, who will be your customer? You have this huge ass factory producing millions of cars. Who's going to buy that, man? Get this in your head. Like, you won't have this what is right now anymore. Yeah, I have like 1 million cars in my parking lot. dude. Like again, it's very, very important that people like see this and get their shit together and make sure that like the value being produced is like distributed equal across like every human.
Work, whether being a janitor or a brain surgeon, is an integral part of being a human being. The vast majority of people want to be productive members of society and contribute to their communities. What happens when that vital aspect of human existence is removed from our lives? Further, and now we get into some pretty deep stuff, the rapid developments in AI will likely have a profoundly dehumanizing impact on all of us. In many ways, it will actually redefine what it means to be human, fundamentally alter our relationships to each other, and the very nature of what we call society. Can AI and robotics be of help to us in many ways? Absolutely. I believe they can. I am
when we grant that it will be. Again, like, check the numbers. Like the government is there to serve the people. At least in the US, you guys made it right. Y'all are armed. When you look at countries like Germany, for example, those people are not armed. Fuck. Government, for example, here in Germany could like produce a super factory that like counteracts any movement in the direction to basically equally distribute the value being created by autonomous systems. Absolutely wild.
Not a Luddite. The goal, however, is to make sure that the new technologies being developed serve human needs and not just further enrich a small number of multi-billionaires. We do not simply need a more efficient society.
Like again, like even for the billionaires, man. If you want to like keep playing that game, if you want to keep playing that game, you need customers, man. You need customers. You need people being able to buy your stuff. Like, what do you need like 1 million cars for when when there are not 1 million people who buy your cars? Bruh.
We need a world where people live healthier, happier, and more fulfilling lives. So, where do we go from here? And again, I don't have all of the answers, but here are just a few ideas as to how, in my view, the advances in technology can benefit ordinary Americans and not just multi-billionaires. First, we must move to a 32-hour work week with no loss in pay. Think about it. Today, American workers are 400% more productive than they were in the 1940s when the 40-hour work week was first established. Artificial intelligence and robotics will greatly increase that productivity. Workers must benefit from that increased output through a shorter work week. A 32-hour work week with no loss in pay would be a major step forward in improving the quality of life for millions of Americans. Second, we must require large corporations to allow workers to elect at least 45% of the members of their boards of directors, similar to what already takes place in Germany. Workers need a seat at the table to best determine how AI is used in their companies.
To hinder innovation? But robots will take our jobs! Stop being so told. You will have a China who doesn't do that. And then you will have a China who outruns your country. What is bro yapping? Again, like make sure that each dollar of value being created by those robots is being granted for the people. Stop that bullshit. Take government funds, create a countermeasure that like is there to protect and serve the people. Do your job. Take this tax money in the hand and like make sure that there's like a power equilibrium. And grant the people a piece of the pie. Because each and every one contributed to this. Also take into account the generation of Bernie Sanders. Our ancestors. A board of like workers is like it's a nightmare. It will slow down things. Like I give you that. It will slow down. It will slow down things. Don't get me wrong. It will slow down things. But what I say is like make sure that like people benefit from it. Like establish a system that grants universal basic income. Establish something that grants power equilibrium. To do something like that. Let people have their jobs as a hobby. But don't do the error where like you grant China to like overrun or like outrun everyone. Because they go ahead, yeah. Guys, yeah. Heck, maybe even China does it like as I propose, because they're like it's by no means like it's I don't even know how to call the system of like universal basic income. Long story short, countries won't do this. Could be that it's like also a small nation where they say fully automated super factories, let's go. Grand equilibrium.
If Tesla workers were on their corporate board, I doubt very much that they would be rewarding Elon Musk with $1 trillion pay package. Third, we must greatly increase profit sharing at our nation's largest corporations. In my view, workers should receive at least 20% of the stock in companies they work for. Corporate profits should not just be going to enrich wealthy stockholders and the billionaires who own them. Fourth, we need to substantially expand the concept of employee ownership in America. When workers own their own businesses and are more involved in the decision-making processes, they will make choices that benefit everyone in the company, not just the people on top. Fifth, instead of providing billions of dollars in tax breaks to companies that are throwing workers out on the street and replacing them with new technologies, we should enact a robot tax on large corporations and use that revenue to improve the lives of workers who have been harmed in this transition. Bottom line, AI and robotics will bring a profound transformation to our country. Nobody denies that.
Again, when you have the technology at hand to replace all workforce, why should you tolerate workforce? I think it's more advisable to like literally distribute the value being generated across like each and every one, like within a nation, like in a 50-50 approach, and grants this technology to be accessible for each and every one. I think that's a way more sane approach rather than what he's proposing here.
In my view, we must fight to make sure that these changes benefit all of us and not just a handful of billionaires.
I think this, like, I agree on this point. Like, again, like, I think it's also in the interest of those billionaires. If you don't have like customers, like, who can't buy anymore, what the fuck you want to do with your million cars? Huh? You also need like ground populace, like, in order to grant repopulation of like planets and whatnot.
Let the debate begin, and we need your participation. Thank you very much.
I agree as well. Like, each and everyone, this is for every human being. Everyone. This is a matter of interest to all of us. Stop like talking about this like I can't even like list all the things like you guys are like talking about in that sense. Like, really just focus on this thing. And then of course, yeah, again, like then you can continue. Like, if this is solved, if this is solved, then we can Jesus fucking Christ. So, like, first this is a thing that will hit us all of us. No exception. See the fellow human next to you. Stop being distracted by principles you've not invented. See the plain human. See the beauty in that. And work together in order to make this new development benefit us all. And with that being said, YouTube, I love you guys. And as usual, till next time, the video will be linked in the description. Peace!